This video is not suitable for audiences under 13 years of age. Hello everyone, Mixfant Gaming here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're taking a look at what just dropped here this morning, which was update 6.2. And Pixonic has announced a few things, so we're going to try to quickly cover some of it. I'm going to try to go over the good, which is, I guess you could say few and far between, and the bad. And I'm going to try not to rant too much. I know I've had a couple of my subscribers say I rant a little bit too much, so I'm going to try to keep that under consideration. But I am who I am, and I have to express my feelings. And if I don't like something, I'm just going to come right out and say I don't like it. However, if I do like something, then I am going to state that as well. So with update 6.2, the biggest thing here is the pilots. And the pilots have had a major rework done to them. So if we're going to quickly go in here, we'll go into my Phantom as an example and go into Olga here. And what we have here is, oh, there's a bug, obviously a name. Look at the name. The name is actually Olga, but in the special ability, the Phantom's ability, says Iskra. And Iskra is actually the new version of Olga, which is supposed to be for the Scorpion pilot. So they've kind of screwed up the naming here when it comes to the ability. Anyways, with that being said, you'll see I have an empty slot. Because I have a legendary pilot, I am now allotted an additional skill slot, which is good. I'm going to give Pixonic a thumbs up for this. I've actually been thinking right from the very start that the legendary pilot should have 8 complete slots, whereas the very first one is automatically given to you, and that's exactly what they've done. So I'm happy to see that. This whole tier system I am not happy about, and many of you who've already seen my test server videos understand that. I'm not going to go through the process of upgrading a skill and then retraining it to something else and putting it back, because I don't have the gold to waste on this, because it gets awfully freaking expensive. What I am going to do is I'm going to click on the empty slot here, and what do I want here? Guidance Hunter, Mechanic, Armor Expert, Roadhog. What do I want? I don't even know what I want in this thing. I'm just going to do it once anyways, because I want to demonstrate something for you. So let's just click on it here. Let's do a random selection. And Dodger, all active modules on a Phantom recharge faster. You know what? That's okay. I'll take that one, for instance. I suppose I would not have minded to have Foolhardy, Quartermaster. Now, if I go in here and I go to upgrade a skill, let's upgrade the Dodger one just for, actually, no, just in case it actually does it right off the bat and it doesn't prompt me. Because I think Dodger is one of those ones that there's actually a bug with. I'm going to click on Mechanic. So if I just upgrade Mechanic, okay, so it costs 2,000 gold to upgrade from Tier 3 to Tier 4. Multiply that by your 7 skills, that's 14,000 gold to tier up just from Tier 3 to Tier 4. We're not talking about those skills that come out here, and you actually have to upgrade from all the way from Tier 1 to Tier 4. So it gets awfully expensive. Now, there is a change here that actually is for the best, and that is here if I hit Boost. If I go to Boost, I can promote for 2,500 gold. This is going from level 50 to 51. In the past, that was 5,000. So they've actually reduced the promotion costs of some of the upgrades. I think the first 3 promotions are the same as they were previously, but after that they've reduced the cost. So it's actually 500 gold per promotion. So at level 10, it's 500, 20, it's 1,000, 30 is 1,500, 40 is 2,000, 50 is 2,500, and the last one is 3,000. I'll show you a slide here in a second about that. So again, another positive. But these positives, in my opinion, do not balance out the increased cost just to tier up. Now, there's also something else that's very troubling here, and that is the randomization factor, and also for selecting individual skills. And I have a chart that breaks this down as well. But if I go here, and let's say I wanted to replace the dodger skill here. Come on. Oh, change the skill. Okay. If I want to change the skill, look, my random skill for this is 200. In the past, it was 50 gold. So at some point, there's a diminishing returns about if you want to actually do the randomization versus paying outright. In the past, it was 1,000 gold to pay outright. Now I have basically 5 random skill chances to hit that 1,000. However, there's a caveat to this as well. So if I decide, well, I don't want to take my chances of my random skill, it's going to cost me 200 gold per randomization roll. I'm going to go ahead and buy it instead for the 1,000 gold. So I go back here and I go change the skill, and I go into the skill list. Oh, look, now it's 1,500. Why? Because all these values are now dependent on the level of your pilot. So what does that all mean? So I'm going to go back here and go into my things here. This is what I want to show you right here. So let's get that out of the screen there. Now at the level of private, everything is the same as it was currently on the live server. Not live server, on the previous update. So in update 6.0, which we currently had, it was 500 to increase your rank promotion. It was before 6.2 for the randomization, it's 50, and the skill selection was 1,000. Now here's, once you start hitting corporal, things change. Again, it is an increase of 1,000 gold to promote. Your randomization now increases for 75 gold per roll, but your skill select also increases to 1,100. All the way down to, for instance, look at Major. Major, the previous cost to promote was 7,500. Now it's been reduced to 3,000. Great, awesome job. I like that. The randomization skill was previously 50 gold. Now it's 350 to do one single randomization. The skill select at Major from 1,000 to 1,750. When you get all the way down to Colonel, so a Colonel is a maxed out pilot. You decide you want to change a skill off of your pilot, 500 gold to do one single random roll. If you want to select an individual skill, now no longer is it 1,000 gold, it's 2,000 gold. That is a lot of gold. Here is the additional caveat. You change a skill, you're at tier 1. So not only do you have to pay these enormous randomization skill costs or the individual skill selection per skill you want to change, now you have to actually do the increased tier costs. And let me see here. I don't know if it's in this list here or not about the costs to upgrade from tier 1 to tier 3. But anyways, it is, oh, here it is right here. Skill tier increase cost at the bottom. Tier 1 to tier 2 is 500. Tier 2 to tier 3 is 1,000. Tier 3 to tier 4 is 1,500. So, if I had a maxed out pilot and I want to change its skill, and I decided I didn't want to do it using randomization, that means I have to pay 2,000 gold now just to get a tier 1 skill, an extra 500 to get to tier 2, an extra 1,000 to get to tier 3, we're now at 3,500 gold, and an extra 1,500 to get to tier 4. So that in total is for one single skill that you want to change when you're a maxed out pilot, you have to spend 5,000 gold for one single skill that you want to change. I'm sorry, but not very many players out there have that kind of gold to spend just to change one single pilot skill. It's insane. It really is insane because there really is no way to farm gold in this game. These costs are just completely astronomically way out of proportion for what the players get in a game. Like, look at how long it takes a relatively new player to save up the gold to unlock their hangar slots. You know, you need to unlock the 4th and the 5th slot in your main hangar. Now you're putting this kind of costs on the individual is absolutely insane. So anyways, some of the other things that have been added to this test server is changes to the atomizer, the quark, and the nucleon. So the particle spreads begin to increase after 5 seconds of continuous shooting instead of the 2. So in other words, it means it doesn't overheat as fast. The atomizer has been increased by 5%, and the quark and the nucleon have been increased by 20%. Whoa! It wasn't that on the test server. I think one was 15% and one was 16% or something like that. So they've actually increased it even further. Bug fixes. Apparently, Nodin got stuck on Canyon underneath the arch. You'll notice it's on the top there. It says Nodin no longer gets stuck on Canyon. And at the bottom, it also says Nodin doesn't get stuck under the arc on Canyon. So I think it's the same issue. Apparently, there's been an issue where certain energy weapons were missing at close range. I actually have experienced that myself. Ivory Scourge firing animation doesn't freeze after reload. I never experienced that because I never had an Ivory Scourge. Upgrade overdrive indicator is now properly applied to weapon upgrade buttons. I don't know what that is. There was apparently some issue with the Titan upgrade overdrive. There was fix an issue when autocannon fire rate didn't go up with the leech's ability when active. Again, I have no idea what that entails. Apparently, Almain can no longer get stuck in the air walking, which is good. There's been numerous UI tweaks. Where was another one? Fix the issue where last stand was not triggered in certain situations. I encountered that quite a bit, to be perfectly honest. And it always seemed to be. Actually, I don't even know what the cause was, but it seemed to me when I was getting fired on by leeches, that's when it occurred, at least for me, more often than not. So that's a pilot rework. Apparently, they've added the jump unit. So it doesn't seem like they added the dash unit, though. So just the jump unit. They have added the Titan module, the accelerator. Again, I don't think it's going to be used very much, to be perfectly honest. And, of course, we also have the new robot, the Scorpion. We'll have to wait and see how it acts out because, people are going to try and get this. It's probably in the event. I don't know. But people are probably going to try to get this and then max it out. And so we'll see just how powerful it is once maxed out. Now, here we go with another event. And apparently it's only a 10-day event. It's called the Gladiator Championship. And this, I really hope they've done this right because it apparently, there's a whole bunch of tasks that you can do over 10 days to get some of these special editions of the Leech, the Nucleon, the Quarker. Looks like the Assassin Robot Scorpion is in the event, as well as the legendary pilot Iskra, as well as the Titan Accelerator. It says new items and special delivery, so I'm assuming there's going to be older items in there as well. Now, this is, it says skirmishes and arena. But the event is, at least when they put it on their YouTube page, it was arena only. Now, maybe it does apply to skirmish, but they didn't say that on the YouTube video. They said it is focusing on the arena. And here is the other, I won't say issue, but concern I have. Previously, the arena was only for players who spend gold to get into. You see an overlining theme here about gold? Now, if this event means you have to go in the arena and you have to spend gold to get into it, my suggestion would be don't even bother. Unless you are really skilled at FFA, then the arena will be pretty much second nature to you. The only difference with the arena is you can't spawn in your bot multiple times. But you have to have that mindset of being continuously watching over your back, because the arena is essentially FFA, just without the bot respawning. At $100 a pop to get in there, along with having to save the gold for all these pilots, like I said, unless you know how to play the arena and play FFA, just avoid it at all costs. However, if, because it's a special event and because it's focused on the arena, if it's just free to enter the arena, okay, go ahead, do it, absolutely. I know I'll be going into the arena and trying to do some of these tasks. But if it's going to cost gold for every single match, then no, I'm not going to do it. Because I am actually, some of these tasks are actually quite difficult. So if we're going to just quickly play through their video here. Oops, come on.
Oh gosh.
There we go. Okay, so here are some of the update reward there. Looks like there's some cataclysms in there. We have the new map. Look, the map, and they did say here in this video that you have a higher probability when searching to get the new factory map.
What can be inside these chests? There are lots
Okay, so again, we're going to have the two special delivery type crates, the regular and the Titan one.
Somewhat squishy,
so here's a Scorpion.
Robot assassin that can
Going here,
the enemy
no, of course, going to backstab a kid.
Remove them from the fight and return to safety like nothing has happened. Fly like a butterfly. Sing like a scorpion.
Anyways, so Iskra. So this is the special version of the Olga pilot. And you saw the little bug I showed earlier about the name change. So see, the Olga used to be the Phantom pilot, and now Olga is now the Iskra, which is the Scorpion pilot. And they didn't say in here what the Scorpion pilot's ability is. So if I remember, we're going to go back to the game here and see if we can find that out. So we have the Scarab Leech, which again, why do they need yet another specialty version of the Leech? They already have a frozen Leech out there. So here's the Gladiator Challenge. And let's see if I can't
the new event activity, Gladiator Challenge,
freeze it here once they pull up some of the lists.
There are 6 challenges.
So here, if you look at the very bottom there, over 10 days, champion of the arena, finish 70 arena battles among the top 3. That is going to be a heck of a hard task to do. So you better hope that you're not having to spend gold to get into this arena to do that type of a task. It's over 10 days. This is not like the previous events where the task would refresh after every single day. It appears to be these are just all the tasks you have, and you can do it over a 10-day period. So it's kind of going back to how it was previously on the older events, where you can do a task to get a Stellar Halo. You notice there's 2 of them there, 2 specific tasks to do Stellar Halo. There's that Champion of Arena, finish 70 arena battles to get a Stellar Phantom. I was not a big fan of these types of events in the past. I like the current events where you just get tokens or coins, and then you can spend them on the crates. You'll see that you can get 250 of these special coins in that second task here, the the Challenger. Finish 5 arena battles among the top 3. So it looks like you do get some coins to do these crates. So this seems to be a mixture of the old style events and the new style events. And honestly, Pixonic, just make up your mind what you're going to do. Don't be combining them both together, because in all honesty, I have a Stellar Phantom. That's at level 1. I haven't even leveled up. So what do I care about even trying to get that Champion of the Arena, that 70 wins in the battles in the arena? And I say 70 wins because that's what it is. When you finish top 3 in either the arena or FFA, it's considered a win. I have Stellar Halos that I don't use because they've been nerfed into oblivion. So why do I care about that? The Platinum, I might try finish 5 arena battles, maybe. There's even one there for 100,000 silver. Why would I play the arena to get 100,000 silver when I can play a regular match and get more silver than that? You know, this is what I'm talking about. Like, some things just are not really thought out in full from Pixonic's, in my view, from Pixonic's side. Really, the only thing in here that's worthwhile are probably the two, that one and the next one for me. Maybe there's going to be other tasks there, I don't know. But from those that they're showing right there, I don't really want to finish any of them except for maybe a couple of them. Oh yeah, in the arena, every single day, the bot lineup is going to change. Alright, so, oh yeah, here they're just going over the pilots, right? And we already went over the pilots, so we don't need to do that. So let's go back here into the actual game, and let's see if we can quickly look at that Iskra pilot, if it's in the list, and see if it happens to say what its special ability is. So if I go into here, and go into pilots, and let's click on legendary pilots, and see if Iskra is in this list at all. There's Olga, and I do not see Iskra in here yet. Well, that's a little bit disappointing. I was hoping that it would say she's in here and we could just click on it and see what her special ability is. Because the rumor going around that I've heard is that she will give the Scorpion bot an instant heal after its ability wears off, which is, to me, pretty powerful. But of course, most of these pilots that they put out these days are relatively powered and, you know, bordering on the OP side of things. So anyways, that is a quick overview of the update. I'm sure there's things I've missed. We'll find out over the next probably couple weeks how things roll out. The strength of the Scorpion pilot, the strength of the Scorpion itself, how the event actually rolls out, if it's just those specific tasks they showed in their YouTube video, or if there's other additional ones that we can get more of these special keys, or coins I should say, to open up the chests. Because really that's what I like to try to do the events for, is a chance to open up these special delivery crates. Anyways, if you happen to like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I am extremely close to my 500 subscriber goal. So any subscriptions would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, cause some mayhem in the field for me.